No, the background music doesn't kick in as I thought it would. What's up, everybody? Hi, welcome to another Monday live stream. My name is Guillaume. I'm a live sound engineer, and a lot of things to unpack today. Couple new stuff that I announced on Facebook. We're gonna get back to this. A lot of you guys talk about my video that I released last Saturday about the user patch. We're gonna talk about that. First, I'm gonna say hi to a lot of people in the chat. What's up? All my friends, I believe I can say community. And we're slowly gonna build that because I didn't want to announce it today. I'm still working on some quirks on my side, but there will be a Discord server coming soon. How soon? I'm working every day for the next 2 weeks, so we'll see what's happening with that. But I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. I just want to make sure that I launch it in a way that will make sense for everybody to join in. And speaking of everybody, what's up, Ace Jack? Always fun to have you around, man. You always ask some good question. Rob, man, one of my power viewer, I cannot say power user, power viewer, one of the best in the best on the industry, one of the best brain that we have surrounding the almighty Behringer family and X32 family and Wing family. And man, you have so much information. Thank you so much for coming here. Allow people to ask you questions, or actually to ask me question, and when I don't know the answer, I turn around to you, and you're always there as you always deliver. Thank you so much, Rob, for being here. It's a pleasure to count you as a member of this community because you're here pretty much every live stream. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Should call you back, by the way. Didn't have the time to do it recently. Where is Patrick today? Is Patrick around in the chat? Usually he's there. If you don't know who Patrick is, he's one of my moderator, and he's also one of the few people that develop extra software for the Wing, for the X32, that goes along with Reaper. He also has other stuff that goes along with this. He also have automation software for the Wing, embedding Reaper and the console. He's working on a lot of stuff. Go visit his website, x32ram.com, x32ram.com. He's got some really cool stuff in there. He also built me like a couple side software. So, Patrick, merci. Merci, Patrick. Merci beaucoup. Everybody else in the chat, what's up? Don't be afraid to say hi. If you're there, send a comment, send a question, because today we're here to answer a question. One of the questions that I had on one of my latest video of the user patch is, how do I get there? We're going to switch. We're going to talk about that right now. By the way, new camera up there. Tell me what you think. It's a, hold on. This is not straight. This is bugging me, right? OCD. There we go. A little straighter. A couple people asked me, how do you get to user patch? Well, it's the same place that they were, that were user signal. So you go menu, routing, source, and user signal. You have all your stuff in there. This is where you're going to connect basically any source on the console. And I probably have a question here for Rob. Hold on. What am I pressing? Oh, no. I was about to press out. We don't want to go there. No. Because I have an out button, you know, the button that never works. You need to hit it twice for the stream to end. And the reason is, if I screw up like I did, I'm not going to end the stream. But I got a question for Rob. Maybe you can answer that in the chat if you have the answer, my friend. One of the really cool feature of having these source available as a user signal is that you can mix and match pretty much everything that can come in on the console. But somebody asked me, is there will there be latency if I'm taking something from AES50 and say from Dente? If I make that a stereo source, I know it's never gonna be really a stereo source, but let's say just for fun, something that I can see happening. I'm connecting to a Yamaha console over Dente, and I want to have something in stereo that the monitor world want to have in mono. What's gonna happen if I take one preamp from the Dente and one preamp from the AES50? Will I be in sync? Will there be latency? Food for thought, honestly. Michael, what's up? Really good question here, Michael. I'm gonna come back to this. Six Mag from Germany. What's up, Germany? Hello from Montreal, Canada. Craig, what's up? You're late, but you will watch later. Always appreciate when people are watching later. Thank you very much for doing so. Mr. Kumar, what's up? It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you, the community coming back together. We're building something together here, right? I'm trying to. So yeah, Rob, if you have answer to that question while I'm answering Michael's question, we're gonna check that out. Brian, what's up from Houston? Down there, where everything is bigger and better. Maybe not better, but where everything is definitely bigger. Michael's got a question. What would be the point of a user or a mono user patch? I don't see much, let's be honest, but if I go back here, and I just want to check something. A mono, let's go to mono source. A user patch, okay, I'm seeing something here. Let me try something. We have the mute button, and we have the polarity switch. Okay, hold on. Go with the flow here, I'm thinking about something, okay? What if a lot of people ask, is there a way to mute a direct out? Hear me out. What if we take a user patch and we assign a button to that? Or can we use a user patch and put it in somewhere where you can use the mute function on that? Let's go check out the custom control section. We're gonna take one that is not used and we're gonna come here down to mute. Is there a way to do a mute and just mute, let's say, one input for P16? Monitor mute. Okay, I didn't know that was there. Hold on, let me see where can we find mute group. Yes, mute. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I have a request. In the mute function in the channel, we, if it's possible, should have control over the user patch mute option. That way, we could mute a bunch of user patch going out to P16, which would be the use case for mono, let's say, user patch, and maybe having the option to unmute the band in their ear. And after that, we could probably figure out a way to do stuff with that, unmuting the band in their ear, but not muting everything. Because right now, the way the P16 are wired, you cannot mute them if you have a direct patch or a direct line from a preamp straight to a P16. But using maybe the user patch, we could introduce a point of course, latency, a few milliseconds, but also a point where we can have a mute and maybe a phase reverse. Because in a preamp, in a regular preamp, if we go just, I don't know, this one here, we have a couple option, but we do not have control over them. But if you mute here, and let me give that a try. I'm gonna take my vocal here, which is my voice, my talkback, and I'm gonna try to mute it before the console. Okay, it's muting. So if we could introduce a point of mute for this, it would be awesome. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know if it has hardware limitation, but I think it's just a matter of controlling over custom control. Feature request-ish. I don't know where that one is going, but it could be definitely a feature request. And it's not going to be a use case for everything, because we also have that option on preamp, which I didn't know it was possible. Maybe I miss a couple. Maybe I've missed practice with the wing, because it's been a while. Let's be honest, it's been a while since I've done the show with the console. Right now I'm running X32s, and I'm soon gonna run more often Pro Series console. Don't worry, I'm not gonna leave the wing boat. Some people freaked out about that, but I'm not. Hey Patrick, I was talking about you a few minutes ago. What's up from sunny Northern England? Northern UK, not England. Not the same thing, right? My geography lesson are far behind, but I don't think it's the same place. But sunny Northern UK. UK and sunny. Sure, everything is all right. I heard it always rain over there. Okay, to answer Rob's answer to my question, which was, could you take two different protocol, AS50, Dente, USB, analog input, and put them together as a stereo source? User patch will induce or introduce always extra latency. It is not phase coherent compared to a non-user patch. Okay, so there will be some processing. Also, user patch are 24 bits only, so it's possible to clip the signal. All right. So, yeah, surprising for you guys to have sun too, right? Actually, it's really sunny out there today in Montreal. We have beautiful weather for April 1st. We have, I think it's 9 degrees. What's up, Belgium? Always cool to have people from Belgium. It's 8 degrees today. Or actually 10. 10 degrees outside today in Canada. For April 1st, it's really high. We've been experimenting really high temperature lately. But don't worry, we're expecting about 30 centimeters of snow in the upcoming week. Right now, I'm about to go out and cut my grass, but, you know, living in Canada, weather is changing definitely, and we're expecting, like, snow next week. Got the new mug today. One from the NASA. Can you guys see this? Oh no, it's seeing my face. I need my space. Yeah, we all need space. Let it freeze? What do you mean let it freeze? It's just gonna keep growing back as soon as that snow's gonna melt, you know, because when snow is melting, it makes water. And what is grass really liking? Water. Okay. Back to the mug. I was going somewhere with that. I was not going into space, even though I actually am really proud visitor of Cap Canaveral in Kennedy Space Center. Sorry, I don't want to say anything stupid because I'm always mixing up, you know, Houston, all those NASA spots, but this one, it's written on it. Kennedy Space Center. I grabbed this mug at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida a few years ago, and it's been through a couple of rough passes, but I like it. I put it out of retirement. It used to be sitting on a shelf, and I decided I want to drink coffee out of it. I associate cold snow in Canada with minus 20 Celsius maximum. No, actually, to be really honest, we're gonna reach out minus 20 in the winter. This winter it didn't happen, or maybe once. With the wind and everything, sometimes it could go all the way down to minus 40. But at that point, let's be honest, it's a hard time even for us just to get our house not freezing to death. But usually weather right now in Canada is around the freezing point. A little bit of snow could be expected. We used to say that we always have that snowstorm of April. I don't know if it's going to be the case this year, but because we have no snow this year, almost nothing. Like not even, I think the maximum amount of snow that we had in one shot was like not even 1 meter, and it melt right away because we've been hovering around the freezing point up and down, so the snow is literally melting. And during the summer, we got temperature that can go all the way up to plus 40. Usually it's more around 20, 25, 30 during the month of July, but recently it's been warmer and warmer here, like closer to 35 almost all summer long. So I don't know what's the weather in Canada anymore. Actually, we don't know. And some of my friends, for the few of you that watch my video where I say I need a pause, I've went to the beautiful region of Gaspésie in Quebec, and some of my friends that live there that are almost sea level start to have problem with, like, this winter the sea went over the highway next to the bay there. So like storm coming from Europe most of the time, from the side of Europe, storm and wind coming in and just blowing block of ice and really, really hard weather during this winter. So some of my friends are start to thinking about moving further away from the coast just because of that, because and the water is rising, so it's slowly rising, like a little more every year. Brian says, I was speaking with Chris Lauralgi, DCLA, in September, and told him I'm very happy with the wing and sort of flowing. I guess he had spoiled with SSL, and yeah. Well, two different things. Hold on. Even if the wing is good, somebody with the profile of Mr. Lord Algae, Chris, let's call him Chris, like I know him, Chris. For somebody like Chris, he could not be seen working on these. For his reputation, he's known for his freaking SSL and LA2A and CLA 73s, 1176, 76, well, whatever. You guys know, he's known for his plugin. He could not be cut dead using a wing. People will freak out about it. Even if it sounds good, even if he could probably mix, like, the guy is good. He could probably grab a wing, make a mix that will make sense, and, it's never going to be the same as his SSL because there's only one of his SSL, and that's the one in LA in this studio. I don't even know if he's LA anymore, but basically that's the only one he has. And for his reputation and the amount of surrounding marketing that goes around with that, the plugin, the amount of plugins sell. If Chris was to do a challenge and mix on a wing and make it sound good, it will affect Is plugin sell too much, or is, it's a business at that point. It's just not mixing record. It's affecting his business of mixing record, selling plugins, selling his studio, because he's probably not the only one working there. So all that, it would affect him too much. So this is why he's going to change subject. I'm not going to say any name, but I was talking about the Wing the other day with a rep of another brand. And as soon as I started to, I have the same feature on the Wing, went 90-degree changing subject. Like, no, the console that this guy was selling is like, you don't want to step in that, rabbit hole of saying, my console has that feature too, or it's a little better, or he don't want to go there. So I get it. It's a business. It's a marketing strategy to avoid talking about certain pieces of gear, I believe. I'm a nobody on YouTube who has a Wing, do video on the Wing. I also do other stuff, by the way. I have a really interesting one. I don't know if you guys heard of the Tank Tree microphone from Fifine, Fifine. They sent me one. It's honestly looking like a great, all-in-one solution. I'm gonna review it probably this week, and I want to give it, from the perspective of somebody who is working, not always at home. And sometimes, if you are in need of recording some stuff, hold on, coffee, all right? It looks like a really cool all-in-one solution. USB-C microphone with a headphone out. It's not going to be the highest quality microphone, but if you are like me, in some situation where sometimes you need to do voice of God, when you're having presentation of an artist coming in on a gala, or you're doing a high school show and you need to record like on the spot right now, here comes to the stage this person. If you need to do this quickly, having a mic like that in your backpack is probably a good option. Plug it in your laptop, talk into it, have your headphone for monitoring, 5 seconds setup, put it back in the bag, do your edit on your software, drop it on an SD card on a USB stick, and play it back right now. I believe this is a good solution for people that do voiceover like that. And that microphone also have an XLR. So it's a dynamic mic. So at some point, if you're in need of a microphone like right now, well, grab that, plug an XLR in the back, and you got a dynamic. That could work. So I'm gonna do a review of that from the perspective of somebody who could require a tool that can do a lot really quick. It's coming up probably this Wednesday. I don't want to do promises because this week I'm really busy, like I said, but I'm gonna do that. And also, for those of you who are interested in wireless headset, I have another set coming in. Maybe not this week, maybe the week after. I hope I can do it in time. That tells a lot about the subjective that flies around the overall sound industries. And during this time, everyone loved listening to MP3. Yeah, MP3, 128 kilobytes. That's a lot. I thought 96K MP3 was fine. Okay, let's be honest. Real talk. Real talk. Patrick, you're onto something here. I don't think it matters when you're listening to a 256K MP3. There is a loss, and I do hear it. If you play me back to back 128K MP3 and a full quality wave, I'm gonna hear a difference. But if you never showed me the wave file, never heard of it, never had the chance to A/B against the real thing, I would probably not care. If that song is recorded really good, I mean performance is really good. If it's mixed really, really well, if it's mastered really, really well, hearing it on MP3 128K, it's gonna be a good song. Most of the stuff that we're listening to from anything, you know, before the 90s had some questionable mix at some point, and it didn't stop any band. It didn't stop the Beatles to have only 4-track to do 4-track to have, you know, to make good song. And they had microphone that didn't sound good. They had you know, they did the best with what they had. And if people were consuming that on vinyl with probably bad speaker anyway, where in the change, you know, where in the chain doesn't matter. If you're gonna listen to a really well mastered and mixed song on a pair of earbuds from Apple, whatever, it's gonna sound good. But the most importantly, if the song is performed really good, it's gonna do the bigger difference. The performance, the emotion that you put in the performance, and the way that you know, play along with your band. If you're singing, you know, are you singing on time? Are you singing on key? If the performance is really good, you're gonna make it. Doesn't matter if it's ending up as an MP3 or anything. So, guys, always a pleasure to have you around. I'm not going away, hold on. But just want to make sure that we open up the floor for a question about the wing. We've been going for half an hour. Do I spoil you guys? Do I go into the subject that I posted on Facebook? We can talk about it. Welcome everybody to April's Fool's live stream, where, just to bait a couple of you guys, just for fun, and I'm gonna say it, just to bait a couple of you guys, I'll talk about the Ming 64-channel console and streaming only on OnlyFans. Don't worry, I'm not going away. And of course, yeah, you heard. If you click on the video because you thought the Wing was getting a replacement from Midas called the Ming as a 64-channel console, please leave a comment down below, leave a comment in the chat. But come on, guys, really? April Fool, you got. Speaking of leaving something in the chat, make sure to ask your question. I want to open up the floor for question about the Wing. Like I said previously, I love to spend time with you guys, but I don't want to derail too much from the purpose of the show, which is to empower Wing user. I want everybody here to ask question, and we're gonna go back to the user signal stuff, but I want to dive a little deeper into that. But I want to make sure that I open up the floor for you guys to have Wing question, because I think it's a really important matter to have live Q&A about stuff that is like where there is no user manual available. So I think it's I think I do my service to life by helping you guys how doing great show with your Wing. Let's go back now to user signal just for fun. User signal, user patch. Did you guys come up with a couple of interesting things to do with the user patch? Well, actually, if you wanna, something else that I didn't talk about the user patch, you could, if you want to, do exactly like I've done here, where you have an in-phase channel with an out-of-phase channel. I don't think you can do that on. Oh yeah, you can do that. Well, you can do that on a user signal. I don't think you can do it on a source. Hold on. It's been a while since I've done stereo stuff. No, you can still do that. So okay, never mind. That's not a useful thing. So the only thing useful that I see with the user signal is exactly what I showed, where you can take two separate channel, not consecutive channel, and make it a stereo pair. Other application? Yeah, I think I answered your question, Michael there. So far, it's the only one that I see that is not available on other source, because I was under the impression that if you were to have a stereo source Or actually, hold on. I think I know where I make the mistake here. If you have a stereo source like I have right now to AES50 preamp, you can change the polarity of 1 if in case you have a phase reverse problem, but I don't think you can do it from a channel. Let me grab this channel here. I'm gonna grab my pseudo guitar here. If you do a phase revert here, it's gonna revert both channel. Okay, it's gonna phase reverse that whole channel, but not individual. You know, not in every individual input. So, head running. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna come back here. I changed the amount of ads on the live stream. I turned it from medium to low to see if we have any difference. So guys, let me know if you have less ads than usual. I think, Patrick, we went a little longer before getting an ads, right? So let me know. But diving deeper into the user signal, honestly, or user patch, not user signal. The user signal, I covered that. But let me know, guys, if anybody out there has any different use for the user patch, spit it out, because I don't see any reason, or well, maybe there's other use case you can do this, but that's, I believe, the main purpose is to just change, you know, or not force you to have consecutive input on your on your source. Your source could be only the intro ad so far. Okay, thanks for pointing that out, Rob. But yeah, this is I believe the purpose of the user patch. If I'm not mistaken, those were leftover source. This is from the DSP that were available, so instead of not using them, they just added that. But I could be mistaken here. I don't know, you know, on the internal of the console. I know a little bit on how it's done, but I don't know how the processor handle everything. There's other people that know more about that, and honestly, as an end user, as somebody who makes a show, doesn't really matter. It's okay if you don't know how the signal is processed, by what kind of DSP it's processed, and it doesn't change anything to the end user. That's also a reason why a lot of people don't understand M1 Mac or M3 now. People do not understand the reason. Well, okay, there's a new processor from Apple. Okay, so what? Once you understand how all the whole architecture behind it is working, I understand that a little bit, you know, x84 from Intel or AMD versus, you know, the ARM processor from Mac. The end user doesn't give a crap. And I invite you to have the same approach to the console here. You know, a lot of people started to dig, you know, oh, let's see if we can have, you know, some more delays and more option on the wing. But I was told by a couple people that we maxed it out. It's maxed out. The DSP in there are kind of maxed out when it comes to in and out. Okay, good. I cannot really care more about that, because as a user, as an end user, at the end of the day, I have the option that I have on the screen, and it's not gonna make my show sound better. Of course, having delay on bus could be a game changer, but as a front of house guy, I'm not gonna change anything. If you are in your home studio and you're mixing your stuff out of this console, or even if you're in a pro studio, because I've installed those console, I did a couple install in studios for the wing, you know. Well, I have a vlog of the one that I did in LA, and I've done some more professional stuff here around, you know, the Montreal area. A professional studio is a studio that record people for a living, and the wing is absolutely all good with that. Tell me about the AP90 and AP190 filter. Can they be used effectively without an additional tool like an RTA? If I remember correctly, this is not something that I'm using a lot. The AP90 and an AP180 filter. It's been a while. Well, let's go back to my talkback. Let's dive into the console. Here we're gonna go into my source. You guys saw where I was going with that? I'm in the filter menu. Let's go back. Filter menu. Enable the filter menu. And the AP is, my understanding of it is, I'm gonna do a 180 here. My understanding of it is it's a phase flip. You basically have your wave and you flip the phase at this point right there by 180 degree or by 90 degree from one another. If you have a phase problem with, you know, the lower end of the spectrum, drop it here. Let's say that for some reason your subwoofer are phase reverse and only on that input for some reason. You can do a phase flip there. Maybe it's going to sound better having that in phase, and it's basically going to flip the phase. I don't know if it's up or down, but if it's an issue, you can just come here, phase reverse, and you flip the phase again. Basically, because now you flip the phase backward, and you only going to flip to original state, the phase 90. It's located where the tilt EQ is. So for those of you who knows what a tilt EQ is, it's right in there. There's not much I can tell you honestly about the phase filter. I know some people use it for snare and overheads. On the overhead, they will apply the phase filter 180 and they will look for like the frequency of the snare and see if it sounds better if you apply the phase flip on the overhead, or could be on the snare. But when I'm having phasing issue like that, I'd rather play around with delay. But this could be this is an option. This is a tool that you have that you can fix some stuff with it. But this is not a tool that I'm really using. But it's there. It's there if you understand how to use it. I understand how to use it, but this is not the first thing that comes in my mind. I'm gonna try to first move the mic around if I have phasing issue. If that cannot be fixed with the microphone, I'm gonna try to add delay, because adding delay to a signal will make it in phase or reverse the phase or create some phase cancellation. When you have delay on signal, we have basically the only time that you have phasing issue. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. The only time you will have phasing issue is if you have one source, like me right now. I'm one source. I have one mic on top of my camera, picking up my voice. I cannot get a phase problem, because first, I'm mono. What you're hearing is a mono microphone from a single mono source. It starts to add up when you have multiple microphone on a mono source. This is where you can have the same source with different distance of microphone from one source that can create phasing. I could explain the 3-to-1 rule. So if you have one source and you have a microphone here, the other one should be 3 times the distance to not, to basically the phase flip in the air. But honestly, it's never really been a game changer for me. And when it comes to the AP phase, the phase tool, I fix it before or somewhere else. It's there if you know how to use it. It's there if you want to use it. If you think this is the solution for you, go ahead and use that tool. But I rather, like I said, change the mic, move the mic delay, and then maybe go there to the phase filter. But this is not something that has been a game changer for me, especially for live, where I'm less concerned about phasing. Of course, I try not to get any phasing, but there is only a certain amount of thing that you can do on a live situation where you can change your phasing. You know, you may have phasing with your vocalist microphone next to a guitar amp if he goes live close to a guitar amp, and put, you know, I had that happen to me actually with a sax player. Lead singer is there, announce a sax solo, the sax solo go in, and he dropped his microphone into the sax. I had one source with two microphones, not at the same distance or not at a 3-to-1 ratio distance from one another, and I was getting some weirdo phasing. But it only lasts for a few seconds, because after that the singer, like, it was too loud for his ear in his inner mix, just moved the mic away and my phasing problem was gone. I didn't have time, even if I wanted to go here, select, you know, the channel, go in the filter, select the AP filter from the tilt EQ, and it was gone. It was already done. Sax solo happened. I only had the time to raise the fader, and that's it. Sorry, try to catch up with the chat here. But yeah, this is like some of the example where that could be used. Maybe I can do a video about it and just explain, like, I can do some research and explain it really well for you guys, but this is not a tool that is commonly used every day on every channel, unlike, let's say, an EQ, or where you could have the need for a custom patch. I had a guitar amp on my signal. Okay, sorry, I just realized that I have this on my vocal. Probably gonna sound better without it, right? So I'm just gonna take that off for now. Okay, let's go back to the chat. I have not explored matrix routing yet. How does this differ from source and destination routing? What's the use case for matrix routing? Okay. Most of the time in a live situation where I'm in need of using matrix or different mains. Let's go with that in mind. When you, back in the day, only had one main out on your console, if you needed to send one signal, your stereo mix, to multiple destination, like, you know, your main PA. After that, you had front fill. After that, some people start to, you know, separate the sub from the main array. After that, some people say, oh, okay, yeah, I still have, you know, the all the way where I'm gonna need a feed, but I need it to be less loud because it's gonna be too loud in the hallway. Or to do a live stream. Some people do a live stream with matrix. A matrix is exactly the same thing as a regular bus for a channel. Meaning, I'm gonna select my main here, and in my send menu, in my bus menu, I have my matrix. I can take my main out, my main bus 1 here, and send it out to multiple matrix for then send it to different, you know, source. Well, not different source, but different PA, speaker, front fill, live stream in a different room, or live stream or a different room. It's like a bus send where you can decide of two things: EQ and level, basically. Let's say that you're taking, like I'm having right now, I'm having my main mix up, I'm mixing my show into the PA. I want to send that for a live stream, but the input of that live stream is really like sensitive, and I need to send a little less loud, you know, because let's say that the PA is small and the live stream doesn't want as much energy. Well, I can just come here, enable Matrix 1. That is at the other end after that patch into my streaming computer, and drop the level. After that, the local crew is going to say, oh, we added some, you know, delay speaker. We added some delay speaker for the people that is really far away. Could you send us a feed? I would go like, okay, sure. I'm going to send you a copy of my main out through a matrix there. But we're going to need to put a delay in there, because the speakers are really far away. They are 100 meters away, and we need to amplify your signal back because, you know, the PA is not loud enough. So we added another PA. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my main like I did, enable into Matrix 2, come here, Matrix 2, I'm gonna select that, and in here I can apply a delay. I say 100 meter. 100 meter. Enable the delay. It's another way to take your main out and split it into different, you know, make sure it's going to be the right thing to use for different speaker out source. I don't want to say source, different output. It's a way for you to split your main out and change it for that, make it specifically a way for that that speaker, that live feed. If you need a different bus EQ, sometimes you can need some compression. Some people have subs on Matrix. You can take exactly like I did, take your main out, send a copy of that through a Matrix, and apply an EQ on it. Or actually, I should use a speaker processor on that and say, you know, I want my subs to be fed from that Matrix 2. So I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go 12 dB Butterworth, I'm gonna go here flat, and I'm gonna adjust, you know, that, hold on, do I have the right one? I'm gonna adjust that to say maybe 100. Tilt, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna adjust that to 100 and say I don't want anything from that part of my main to be sent in the sub other than what's below 100. And also, the subs are really loud here, so I'm gonna raise my matrix up to, matrix up to 0 dB, nominal 0, but in my bus send, here, let me say, man, that's way too much sub. I need to turn down the sub by 20 dB. Because let's say that you have, let's go minus 21, you have a lot of subs on that gig. You wanna send your main mix, because for you, at the end of the day, mixing is going to be one stereo bus going through your console, but after that you separate, you know, main PA, delay, live feed, and you can after that also EQ and process it in a different way. That's one way to do it. Makes sense. Zones, having different zones, exactly. Michael, I have six or so. My main out are divided between band, bass and drum, vocal, and others. Matrix are for main without subs. Sub on a separate set of speaker to outside in another part of the house. Okay, something else that I can talk about matrix-wise. Exactly like Michael said. And I've done this on a couple of shows. I'm dividing my mix into different kind of main. I'm doing like subgroups with my I'm using like a subgroup with my main. One, let's say for band, one for, let's say, drum and bass, guitars and keyboard, one for vocal, and one for backtrack. You can take all that, all these 4 different sources, and send it all, let's say, to matrix 1. I'm gonna say I'm sending everything out to matrix 1 at 0 dB. That's my main 1, that's my main 2, that's my main 3, that's my main 4. That is all my 4 bus sending out to matrix 1. After that, I can use that matrix to combine them together into a full signal. The reason why I want to do this, I can have my 4 mains, drum and bass. Basically, I created groups out of my main: drum, bass, guitar, keyboard, vocal, and backtrack. And I can do my mix here, but let's say that I want to quickly like drop my drums and bass. I can do it from here, and also I can use different kind of compression on these bus and combine everything together into a matrix. It's just one more layer of control that is added if you're using a matrix. You take your main out, you send it to a matrix, and from there you can add another EQ, another compressor, another, or not, or send your main out straight to the PA and say that the front field are really like not that powerful. Could you compress that mix and crank out the vocal on these? You go like, sure, I'm gonna use a matrix. I'm gonna use our main and just take that and send it to the front field, but I'm gonna put a compressor in or a limiter, and I'm gonna squash the living crap out of these things. So people at the front row will always have vocal no matter what. Different zone, different kind of processing needed for that. I hope that answered your question about the use of matrix or use case of matrices. But it's like having another bus. You know, you take your bus and you send it into another bus, and it's just adding up processing available. Yeah, sounds using your main as group, using your main, you know, maybe subs. Thank you, Brian. Enrico Wolf, greeting from Berlin, Germany. What's up, Berlin? Hello from Montreal, Canada. How to use the mute button to mute inside the bus channel without send on fader. The way to do this is when you're setting up a channel, the tap point here is gonna matter a lot. When you actually, hold on, how to use a mute button to mute inside the bus channel without using send on fader. Okay, get your question. You do that in your custom control. If it's not clear, it's this section here next to the main, your custom control. You can assign a bunch of function here. If you want to mute, let's say, one vocal microphone going out to a bus, or actually muting a bus, you have all the channel and bus and matrix available here. I don't know how well you can see that, but if you go select the button, mute, you have all that here. You can also do it just for one channel over send on fader. you could say, you know, I want that bus 1. And is there a way to have one bus? Hold on. Because I used to do this. I used to, my custom control to do send on fader. No, hold on. Where is it? Okay, no, that function here, send on fader, is to have a button recalling one mix send on fader. That's not what I was looking for. What I'm usually doing with the encoder on top here, I'm taking a vocalist, let's say lead vocal 1 into bus, his monitor bus 1, and I'm always having, you know, a button, a rotary encoder for the singer. If he wants more vocal in his monitor, I don't have to go through any page, it's always there. But I'm looking for that. I know it can be done, I just don't remember where that is. Because again, like I said, I'm becoming slowly to be rusted on the wing because I'm not using it much. That's send on fader, global page. No, that's page recall. Fader page. Hold on, where's that? If anybody got a clue in the chat, make sure to tell me, and also make sure, like Patrick said, to like the video if you like it. It's time to like the video, right? Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Maybe it's on the rotary. Okay, select bus send, fix bus send. There you go. Hold on. Fix bus send. You can take a rotary knob, go in the function, go fix bus send. You can select what channel. So let's say I'm gonna go channel 40, which is my talkback, and I can have it sent into whatever bus that I want. So let's say bus 1. That allow me to have a knob that can always send my voice into bus 1. Quick example, can come here and I have control over it. If this was my singer monitor mix and he asked me right away, I want more vocal, I could do 1.5 dB increment. Oh, it's too much, I can drop it. I don't even have, you know, to go through menu or anything. I have it. Okay, click, 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 it's gone. That's some of the stuff that I learned being a monitor engineer. Do you guys have any idea how much I love being a monitor engineer? Ah, man, I wish so much that I could do only monitor for a living. It's so fun when it goes well. When it doesn't, you're having a hard time. The nice part about having main divided is that you can limit the band so that the vocal are always loudest. Yes, this is something that I do a lot when you have, you know, your vocal all together in a group. Or I used to do a band where I had 5 lead singer. I would run them into, well, it was on an X32 or M32 that I was doing that. But I used to, you know, put all my vocal together in a group. Or a bus on the wing. I would do the same thing, but I would use a main for that and combine everything together into a single matrix or multiple matrix if you want to go crazy. But the idea was I had all my different channel being compressed, being EQ'd to be correct, to sound good by itself. Sounds like a brotherhood of singers. Actually, the band was called The Brothers. And I was combining I was making everybody sound good by itself, but when they were all singing together, you know, 5 lead vocal. If you need to hear one vocal by itself as a lead, and everybody else jumping, you know, you have 5 times that amount of energy being sent to your main out, it's gonna be too loud. Let's be honest. So what I was doing, I was combining them into a bus with a compressor on it. When only one guy was singing, barely doing anything. When they were all singing together at the same time, 5 lead singer, the compressor I was using 1176. You know, the needle was going minus 20, coming back, minus 20, coming back. But I had the same overall volume of 1 singer and 5 singer. You know, tricks that you can do when having, once you understand how to process signal, once you understand how to take your channel, take anything coming in the console, in your channel strip, in this order of gating, EQ, it should be compressor here, not effects, but compressor, having an effects after that, having a post fader effects after that, sended that to a couple of main, and I'm doing the chain in order that is usually, or was back in the day, into analog console, and send that to your main. Once you understand how to treat signal that way and send it out to your main, and after that being maybe creative on the way in and creative on the way out, there is no limit to what you can do. Once you understand, and I cannot stress this enough, and I can't believe I never do a video about that. Signal flow, the way that the signal is coming from a microphone, or actually an instrument, a voice. The most important thing is the source. Drum, bass, guitar, vocal, keyboard. If that sound good before the microphone, and you pick that up, and after that you know, apply your processing in out, you're gonna have good result. But understanding signal flow is key, and understanding gain structure and single flow is the key to pretty much everything here. Okay, can you set a DCA for aux-in? Yes, I believe. Well, actually, what you mean aux-in, you mean a bus send. I'm usually doing my delay on a DCA when I'm having, you know, working with singer that I can use delay on their voice. I'm using a DCA that I keep, you know, my DCA up all the time, and I have an effect DCA. So if I mute that DCA, which control all the main bus before the effect, I'm muting all my effects, and if I take it out, it's just gonna unmute all my effect, and I can write the amount that I want of my bus being sent into those effects. I'm doing that a lot. I don't know if I answered your question correctly, Pancho. Let me know. On that note, guys, well, I was talking about the weather. I actually have my car tire to change. I need to do that. And I have a friend waiting for me around 3 this afternoon. So it's already 2:30. I'm gonna wrap my stuff together, and I'm actually gonna grab my tire from the back of my shed, put them in the trunk, and make sure that I can safely drive in the summer here in Canada. One more question here from Kumar. Are there any good outdoor speaker for outdoor weather? Ooh. All weather in each what, 150 to 180 bucks. They're for an amusement park. Outdoor, I usually see the Electro Voice passive speaker, but honestly, this is not my field of expertise. I see those Electro Voice one, but they are probably more expensive than that. I don't know. For outdoor, like permanent outdoor use, not my field of expertise. Like I said, I know Bose did some speaker that are good to be, you know, the old Bose 802-2 speakers are really good for outdoor. I see a lot of those outdoor, but I'm not something that I'm really dealing with a lot. Bose Electro Voice, give that a try, but I think they're out of your price range, and you need an amplifier to run them because they are passive speaker. I don't know of any amplified or active speaker that will go out. Okay, quickly, something I've been wondering, could I connect 3-wing? Yes. Use would be FOH monitor and broadcast mix. Yes, you can definitely do that. I'm gonna quickly go over that because I was about to sign out, but I'm gonna quickly over the signal flow for that. In your routing section, you're gonna have in your main input, you're gonna have your stage box coming from, you know, your whatever stage box of choice. I don't have any connected at the moment, but from AS50, you will take one stage box and use it on your first console. Let's say that your monitor console is the first one in the chain, because the chain here, the way that you're doing the chain here matters. Stage box into AS51 of your console. Port B of your console, you're gonna go into output port B, and you want to make sure that your output group B is the source coming into AS50A. So you're gonna have to assign all your input like this. I hope I do not make a mistake here. Let's say that you have 32 input. I definitely made a mistake. 24, 25. Where did I go? Where did that go wrong? Okay, 31 and 32. Got it. See what I did there? I'm grabbing, it's confusing because it's backward for me, but I'm grabbing AS50A ports channel and I'm send them out to AS50B. And you would do the same thing for your 2 consecutive console. So the signal flow will be stage box into console number 1. Console number 1, you're gonna output those channel to console number 2, and console number 2 will output to console number 3. That's the way to do it. Come on, guys, I was about to sign out and you guys are like jumping like crazy. Got it, you rock, man. Thank you very much. But console number 1 will be in charge of the gain. Definitely. Definitely. Salut Guillaume, je t'avais pas reconnu. Hey everybody, say hi to one of my best friend, Guillaume. He's a light guy. He got a really nice name, but he's doing lights. Salut mon chum. Wow, I got gut on this one. Okay, guys, I'm about to sign out, so please take care of yourself. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like this video. It makes a big difference. I owe you a beer, my friend. Yeah, guys. Until next week, I'll be back. Like once Arnold said. Totally missed that one. Merci, Guillaume. Guys, everybody, I'm signing out on that. Always a pleasure to be with you guys. It's always fun, fun, fun. And until next week, have some fun. See you around.